Yes. Okay. Is it on? Not yet. Good morning. Now it's working. Yay. I know I can make myself heard under any circumstances, but I thought I should be polite and wait for the mic. Okay. Welcome to Westside Unitarian Universalist Church, where compassion leads us to work for justice and equality. I'm glad you came today, and it is my hope you will find something here that nourishes your heart, feeds your mind, and grows your spirit. My name is Debbie Rake, and I'm your worship associate this morning. Be you a spiritual seeker, an atheist, or a theist, Westside is a community of many beliefs, genders, and sexualities, a community of diverse cultural, racial, and class backgrounds, a community of varied abilities and gifts. Some here find inspiration in the great books, others in the great outdoors, and others still in great conversations. Whoever you may be, all are welcome in our inclusive congregation. To newcomers and old friends alike, together we say, welcome. At Westside, we are raising the next generation of Unitarian Universalists, and we want them to know that they are an important part of our community. Several years ago, we chose to be multi-generationally inclusive and to include all family members in our services. So, welcome to children and youth of all ages. And finally, to all the fathers, grandfathers, godfathers, uncles, and good people who parent, a very special welcome. There are a number of announcements included in your order of service. Please take them with you, any that you might need for reminders this week or to share with others. I'd like to call your attention to the documentary that's on this page with the Band Together banner. It's called The Fight Against Censorship, and it'll be screened here in the sanctuary next week after the service, starting at 1:30. There'll be light refreshments and a discussion to follow. Please contact Reed Bills if you can help with providing refreshments. For those of you joining us online or visiting with us today, if you're not already on our mailing list, please sign up by clicking the link at the bottom of our westsideu.org website. And for those of you here in person with us, please take a moment to silence all your devices. This morning, the reflection, Revel in the Poetic Side of the Moon, will be given by Amy Martin, the Moonlady. She will tell us about the lore, the legends, the light, and the poetry of our lunar companion. She hopes we will gain insight in how to commune with the moon to enhance our spiritual growth and find how to allow its immense power to move us deeply. Amy Martin is known as the Moonlady for her decades of presenting lunar and seasonal events. Her latest book is Wild DFW, Explore the Amazing Nature Around Dallas-Fort Worth. That's at wild-dfw.com. She is currently senior features writer for Green Sound DFW, greensourcedfw.org, and is writing the biography of Ned Fritz. You can explore her writings at moonlady.com. Now, I invite you to take a deep breath, and from wherever you are, settle into this sacred space that we create, and let us worship together as we listen to this morning's prelude, Moon River by Henry Mancini, performed by Dr. Yuki Kumamoto. I knew that would be especially pretty when you play it. Our opening words are Call from Beyond by Susan Magin. From beyond the playful summer clouds, beyond the earth's thin blue line, from beyond the bright moon and meteor showers, we hear the call to look and listen carefully, to turn away from a world that buys and sells happiness, to fully experience the luring whisper of your heart's truth. Why not today? Why not now? We are here and together at home in this evolving place, home in this ever-changing breath and body, home in this dewy morning, even as it reaches toward a hot, high noon. We hear the call from far beyond and deep within, and we do not hear it alone. Come, let us worship together. As do many Unitarian Universalist congregations, we begin our time together this morning with the lighting of a chalice. I now invite Angie Goins to come forward. The chalice is a symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith and represents the Unitarian Universalist Association, or UUA. The flaming chalice symbolizes the heritage of our past, the warmth of our community, and the light of hope within this church today. Our chalice lighting words this morning are The Light Within Us by Brian C. Lee.
We light our chalice as a symbol of the light within us and the life that flows through the world around us. It is our beacon as we search for truth. It is the warmth in our hearts for love. And it is the energy that propels us to action. May we be kindled by our time together.
Our opening hymn is number 163, For the Earth Forever Turning, in your gray hymnal. Please stand if you are able and so moved and join our song leader, Darren Cote.
For the earth forever turning, for the skies forever seen, for our lives, for all we cherish, sing we our joyful song of peace. For the mountains, hills, and pastures, in their silent majesty, for our stars, for all the heavens, sing we our joyful song of peace. For the sun, for rain and thunder, for the seasons' harmony, for our lives, for all creation, sing we our joyful praise to thee. For the world we raise our voices, for the home that gives us birth. In our joy we sing, returning home to our blue-green hills of earth.
Please remain standing and join me in our affirmation. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to work for justice through action, to serve others in community, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with creation. Thus do we covenant with one another. You may be seated. Please come forward now if you are young at heart or would like to have a close-up view of our Time for All Ages, presented by our Director of Lifetime Religious Education, the legendary Nikki Kennedy. Afterwards, we will sing the children back to their seats with number 118, This Little Light of Mine, found in your gray hymnal.
Good morning. Oh, I can hear it now. Will y'all scoot this way a little bit so I can see your eyes more? Thank you. How are you guys? Happy summer. Happy summer. Yay. Okay, cool. So, some of us are more excited about summer than others. So, when I think about summer, it is good morning. It is a great chance to try new things and to do a lot of reading and to do a lot of painting and drawing. I don't know how many of you have noticed all the rain we've had lately, but the snails and the worms have been incredible, and I've had a lot of fun exploring them and writing about it. And this summer, we're doing what we call Express Yourself Summer with our kids and our youth. And we are talking about different ways we get to express ourselves, be it painting, be it dancing, be it poetry, be it singing, be it drama, lots of different ways. And this morning, we did some painting, and I loved it. Our kiddos and our youth are really talented, and they ask such great questions. And as I was watching them, it made me think of a story of a 5-year-old that I'm going to share real briefly about. I had a friend who was 5, and they loved to color. They loved to create. They used their imagination, similarly to Dr. Seuss, but they had fun creating. They knew what the real world was, but they also knew how to live in an imaginary world. And the thing about art is that we may not all like the same kind of art. Fair? Fair? Yeah, like Jeff Canclanian and I, we may not like the same kind of art, but that doesn't mean the kind of art that he likes is wrong. It's just different, right? So there's this, thanks for letting me use you, Jeff. So there is a 5-year-old, and he was so proud of the picture that he created. It had all the bright colors on it. It had purples and greens and browns. It had whites and oranges and yellows. And he went to show it to one of the adults. He was so proud of his picture. And he went to show it to the adult, and the adult looked at him and said, "You can't have a purple tree?" His heart and his face sunk. "What do you mean I can't have a purple tree? You told me I could create whatever I wanted on this paper." His feelings were hurt, but also, adults, we don't always say the right things, but neither do kids, right? We all get to learn how to do better. So it made me wonder, what are some other ways the adult could have responded to the kiddo sharing their artwork with them? Can you guys think of some other questions that that could have been shared? Like, tell me about your picture. Like, yes, please, Scarlett. Did you create a new season? Yes, creating a new season, that's a great question. Yes, Justin.
Maybe add macaroni and cheese to the tree.
Say it one more time.
Maybe add macaroni and cheese to the tree.
Oh, maybe add macaroni and cheese to the tree. Sure, that's something we could definitely say too. Sure. Sometimes when we see something, we may not understand it, and we get to come from a place of curiosity. We get to ask questions, right? We get to say, "Tell me about your picture. What made you want to choose these greens and these purples and these yellows?" We get to choose how we respond to someone, right? Sometimes people say things that isn't nice, and we get to choose how we'll respond. We get to ask questions. Words have a lot of power, and when we come from a place of curiosity, it makes a difference. And so I want to share with you something. There is a poster just outside these doors, and it has this word on it. It's called an acronym. And some of you may or may not know what an acronym is, and an acronym is a word that stands for something else. This poster says THINK, THINK, 5 letters, but the message is powerful. When we say something, is what we're saying true? Is it a fact? Our opinions can make a difference, but to go and say, I did not like that piece of art, that's not true. That's just an opinion, right? What about, is it helpful? Is telling someone you don't like something they've done, is that helpful? No, that doesn't help anything. What about, is it inspiring? Do you know what inspiring means? Inspiring is like, does it encourage them? Does it make them want to do it again? Does it help them do something different, something more? No, saying something mean doesn't help do that either. Is it necessary? No, I don't think that adult saying those things to that kid was really necessary. And was it kind? Y'all can answer that. Was it kind what they said? No, it wasn't kind at all. So my hope is that all of us can use that acronym of THINK. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And is it kind? And I hope we will think about that acronym when we respond to each other, when we engage in community, when we have conversations. And I hope you guys think a lot this summer as you engage in conversations. I hope you guys have an awesome week. I will see you next time. Thank you, friends.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Good morning. I'm Jane Hardwick, one of the Pastoral Care Team Associates. In our community here at Westside, we make time each week to share pieces of our lives with one another. We do this because each person in this community has value. Members of the team can be identified wearing a Pastoral Care Team badge. Please submit your joys and concerns to the team by completing one of the orange forms at the welcome desk, by emailing us at pastoralcare@westsideu.org, or contacting any member of the team. The other current members of our team are Carol Kappa, John Fisher, Debbie Rake, Barbara Garland, and Lisa Franey, and Barbara Crotty. Would the members of the team please raise your hand so our congregation can see who you are? Thank you. We share our concerns with one another today, knowing that sorrows come into each person's life, and knowing that together we offer comfort. As I read your concern, would you please, if you're here, would you please stand or raise your hand so all can know who you are? This is from Glenda Hood's sister, Anne. It has been a bit of a roller coaster week, but things are looking up now. The resection surgery went well, with the exception of a nick to her spleen, resulting in its removal. The next couple of days brought 2 more surgeries to control some internal bleeding, a blood clot in her right leg, and a small stroke on the left side of her brain. As of late Friday afternoon, the report from the neurosurgeon was more positive, as he told us that there is no significant damage from the stroke. The goal this weekend was to rest and regain strength. Glenda is not up for visitors, but surrounded by her family, including both sons, their wives, and her granddaughter, in addition to me. Please continue to hold Glenda close in your thoughts and send many positive thoughts her way for complete healing. We also share our joys with one another, knowing too that joys come into all of our lives, knowing that together our voices can rise in a chorus of celebration. And again, please stand or raise your hand. Myrtle McMahon. I spent a wonderful week with 38 members of my family on a cruise to Cozumel. And from Islas Burke family, our dog Hopper was very ill over the last few days. However, we were able to nurse her back to health. He's doing well. Thanks to everyone for thoughts and healing vibes. Hopper's improved. We make space each week for musical centering, knowing the life and experience of every person matters, and together our lights shine brighter. As we hold all the joys and concerns among us, both those spoken and unspoken, let us sing together number 396, I Know This Rose Will Open, in the gray hymnal.
We'll sing it twice. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open.
Good morning. My name is Jana Francois Kennard, and I will be leading our meditation this morning. I now invite you to relax your mind and body and join in a time of meditation. Today, we will begin with an introduction titled Constantly in Motion by Mary Wellemeyer from her book titled Admire the Moon. Afterwards, our bell will sound to signal the start of a minute of silence for your own meditation, prayer, or reflection, and it will sound again at the end. Constantly in motion. Nature can be comforting when life is hard and full of change. For here are truth and solidness beyond the vagaries of human will. Yet there's something in the solidness itself that isn't settled at all. Tonight, the moon shines bright and full behind a thin veil of clouds. The snow is to the south of us, moving northward along the coast. The still, thin clouds look lovely, and I admire the moon. Last night, there were no clouds at all, only a spangling of stars across the sky to decorate her shimmering path. The moon changes, the atmosphere changes, and yet this is all somehow a constant. something solid to count on, constantly in motion. Maybe nature is not so different from the way we are. May we be good company to one another in our questions and our journey. May it be so. Blessed be, and amen.
Here at Westside, we practice our UU faith in a variety of ways. One of those ways is by giving 100% of the gifts to our weekly collection, unless otherwise designated, to support organizations who carry out our transcendent values of compassion, justice, and equality. Westside's plate offering for June is Fly Girls Academy, an organization focused on empowering adolescent girls. Fly Girls Academy aims to help girls develop leadership skills, confidence, respect, and a strong sense of purpose, enabling them to create positive change in their communities and beyond. Fly Girls programs are designed to help young women excel in matters that better oneself and drive leadership and service to the community. Programs include self-actualization workshops, STEM and entrepreneurship training, leadership development training, and community engagement. Westside has partnered with Pathways UU since 2023 to provide physical space for their summer day camp. They are scheduled to be with us again this summer for 2 weeks, beginning June 23rd. This building is filled with energy, chatter, laughter, music, and dance that only 10 to 18-year-old girls can create. Their director, Lauren Kelly Scott, has each day filled with life skill learning opportunities, creativity, deep conversation, kindness, and respect. Our meditation groups have also partnered with them to introduce them to the benefits of mindful meditation. If you're interested in volunteering and have any availability between 9 and 2 weekdays, June 23rd to July 1st, Lauren always appreciates assistance in the kitchen as they provide breakfast and lunch each day for the campers. Please let Linda Ice know at office@westsideu.org if you would like to be part of the summer camp crew. With your donation to Fly Girls Academy, Westside collectively lifts up our 8th principle, supporting Black leadership in a multicultural local community organization. Your generosity is greatly appreciated. If you're giving toward your stewardship pledge in cash, please use the envelopes of the bottom of the bowl as it is passed. Now let us enjoy this musical offering, first movement from Piano Sonata, Opus 27, number 2, Moonlight, by Beethoven, performed by Yuki. We thank you so much for putting into practice the spiritual virtue of generosity. Our giving connects us to the wider web of our community. And thank you for also keeping your stewardship commitment current to keep our congregation's important work going. The reading this morning is Harvest Moon by Mary Oliver. No sky could hold so much light. And here comes the brimming, the flooding and streaming out of the clouds and into the leaves, glazing the creeks, the smallest ditches, and so many stars. The sky seems stretched like an old black cloth. Behind it, all the celestial fire we ever dreamed of. And the moon steps lower, quietly changing her luminous masks, brushing everything as she passes with her slow hands and soft lips. Clusters of dark grapes, apples swinging like lost planets, melons cool and heavy as bodies, and the mockingbird wakes in his hidden castle. Out of the silver tangle of thorns and leaves he flutters and tumbles, spilling long ribbons of music over forest and river, copse and cloud, all heaven and all earth, wherever the white moon fancies her small, wild prince, field after field after field. Now I invite Amy Martin to come up and offer our reflection.
The night was dark. The cat slipped easily about the blackness in pursuit of phantom prey. As I moved back and forth between the house and garage, the air hung heavy with conspiracy. Then I felt it over my left shoulder, drawing closer. I stood transfixed as a silver light spilled over my neighbor's roofline to the east and watched my own shadow magically appear before me. Setting down my chores, I wandered through the backyard, smelling flowers in the lunar light and dancing with my shadow. They found me later, watching the rising moon weave through the branches of an evergreen. I'd been moonstruck. There are times when the moon calls to me. In the deep of the night, I'll wake to its glow, slipping between the slats of the blinds, and watch the cats, handmaidens of the moon, sit upright in bed and stare out the window. And so I find myself moonstruck again, robe wrapped tightly against the chill of an overcast sky, mesmerized by the silver illumination filtering through the clouds. Against this argent glow, the twisted majesty of an oak tree in winter was framed, its branches an effortless design, art from the process of life. My lunacy sated once more, I go inside, slip some mugwort under my pillow, and dream of trees. We are led by the sun, and we chase our destinies as they set into the western sky. The sun makes life possible. It causes the plants to grow and the air to stir. But we are ruled by the moon, our emotional tides pulled in its wake along with the sea. The moon holds our wants, capturing in its cool gray face our dreams and desires, forever out of reach. It evokes the impossible yearning we feel when we gaze across the ocean, look to the infinite sky, or fall in love. It whispers to us, let go. In its turn of phases, the moon marks the cycles of our lives. As the gibbous moon wanes, it peels off a slice of itself each night until it is a shadow without stars, suspended against the cosmos, the old moon cradled in the new moon's arms, visible only by light reflected back from Earth. As a waxing moon, it rises with the sun, lost in the brightness of an azure sky until it swells into Diana's crescent moon. But whatever the phase, the moon is always there. The tides still pull, its enigmatic presence reminding us that there is only change, birth, death, and rebirth. The magic of the moon goes beyond lunar rhythms, for it is timeless. We have been ensnared by the goddess of the moon in all her forms: Ishel, Selene, Artemis, Nana. She holds her unfailing mirror to our souls for us to contemplate the beauty and the terror of the reflection that we see. Standing over the forever sleeping, the forever young poet Enjamin, she mourns his soul's unlived dreams, urging us always to yearn for more, to look to our reflection in the sky and ask why. Have you ever heard the moonlight? It's the arpeggio of a harp, the swoop of a cello as it dives to a low note, a flute as it traces a scale through a minor key. It fills the air most invitingly. One can never hide from moonlight. It is always serenading you. Listen to the shimmering sounds as moon sings to water. Moonlight on the water is sublime, twice reflected light, ephemeral, and full of grace. The moon and the water conduct a love song for the ages, a merging of two realms, a chord made of light. Gaze upon the moonlit rays as they emanate from the lunar face. Pale, silvery, and pure, elusive is this light. Refined and filtered, diffuse and indirect, gentle and inviting. It leaves no sensation on our skin, this rare light without heat. It slips between tight spaces, penetrating like water, descending always to the lowest level. We could never look at the sun this way. It would damage our sight. Absorbing and understanding, the moon accepts our gaze, just as it does the sun's rays. Moonlight is sunlight, reflected, refined, and filtered by the moon. Its light leaves no clear edges, no definition. Moonlight is a mystery. Bathe yourself in its argent glow on a moonlight night. Supplicate yourself and draw down the moon. Sense the light spiraling your crown chakra open, then flooding the third eye with a pearlescent glow. Feel the Selene vibrations expand the throat chakra into a cosmic conduit. Allow the silver gleam to cool the fevered heart so that it opens like a lotus flower blooming. And then allow the glow to descend like water through the sacral plexus, softening the shield. Feel it exit through the root chakra, pooling at your feet, cleansing you as above to so below. Fill me with your healing rays, O moon above. Heal me with your healing rays, O moon above. Channeling moon energy, channeling moon energy. Her lunar face radiates wisdom. Pocked by asteroids and space debris in the turbulent early epochs of our solar system creation, she is cooling still, billions of years later, from the molten mass from which she formed. Epic lava flows pooled into large gray seas that dominate her guise. From Earth, we see her as gray. But were you standing on the lunar surface, iron oxides grace much of her with a rosy hue. There are highlights of titanium blue. Her lunar highlands, wrinkles, ancient, formed from the cooling, boast rocky tan and reddish hues. She is overlaid with a light layer of regolith, a finely etched silicate dust that shimmers like silver. The moon has no atmosphere, not even enough atoms to hold sound. She is utterly silent. She has no wind, no water, so nothing changes, nothing erodes. She is timeless. She is as she was when mankind first laid eyes on her millions of years ago. Yet the moon is time, the pulse of our lives, the rhythm that drives all life on earth. Feel the beat every 28 days as she completes her lunar cycle. To be born at the new moon, to experience totality of light at full, and to fade away until out of the cosmic darkness, the moon is born anew. Her brisk lunar pattern syncopates 13 times a year against the big 4/4 beat of the sun's languid seasons. Her massive size stabilizes our axial tilt, ensuring that the seasonal pulse continues. This is real time, time immortal, infinitely more resilient than any digital endeavor. It will persist long after we are gone. We exist in a great inhaling and exhaling of lunar luminescence. We all breathe together, taking big, deep belly breaths into the full moon, and then we exhale until the new moon, which is the pause at the bottom of the breath, the moment of wu-wei, pure potential. From this lunar rhythm arise the tides eternal. In the planet's primal origins, salty waters covering the world were still and dark and deep. The earth turned itself inside out with volcanic activity bursting from a hot, rocky core. Proto-continents of magma pushed through the primordial Genesis Sea. The moon watched all of this. As our planetary duo raced around the sun, after millions of years, the earth calmed its mad, dizzy spinning on its axis. The moon chilled its zooming around. As the orbital and axial rhythms began to harmonize, the two celestial bodies fell into synchrony with each other. Now the new moon coyly pirouettes around the earth, one time for every orbit, so that her face remains eternally turned towards us. From this synchrony, a barycenter arose, a shared focus of gravity in which they both orbit. Their powerful center is not a thing at all, but an idea. It's a spot a few thousand miles into the Earth's mantle. They swing around each other in the solar system's most mad, passionate tango. The moon is no mere satellite of a large celestial body. She is immense as moons go, 1/4 the size of our planet. Nothing like it in the universe has yet to be seen. She and the Earth essentially are a two-planet system, but for this love affair, she gives up a part of herself, drifting away over an inch a year. So tight is this tango that it creates a bulge in the Earth's crust on the side nearest the moon. The centrifugal force of the axial spin forms another on the side farthest from the moon. The surface of the Earth swells and settles under the power of the moon. That, the rising crust, is what sets the ocean in motion, pushing the water, causing the tides twice a day, which urge the currents to flow and the sea creatures, from cellular krill to giant marine mammals, to mix and interact. Most of the planet is water, and without the moon, the seas would be inert and mostly devoid of life. Every 14 days, the new or full moon lines up with the sun. Everything in a row. Huge gravitational pull. The tides become even higher twice every lunar cycle. And powered by this gravitational precision, the sun rips molecules off the earth and flings them onto the surface of the moon like celestial kisses. In our primal cellular beginnings, billions of years ago, synchrony and the tides mixed the Earth's silent waters, pulling nutrient-rich silt up from the ocean floor, which one-celled organisms, some mere chains of amino acids, avidly consumed. Stirred into motion, cells bumped into each other and do what engorged organisms do, make more of themselves. The rocking tidal motion slooped this cellular soup onto the shores of the proto-ocean as they emerged from the magma mire. There, captured and sheltered in warm, sunlit tidal pools, life grew. Then it was sucked back into the sea, and then onto the shores again, until some eventually grew big enough and wriggled onto land. And now here we are, made by the moon. Lunar lady, silver sublime, our inspiration in the sky. You hold for all the cycles of time. Luna, I pledge myself to you. I have always loved the moon. As a toddler, I stared out the window at the lunar glow pooling in the folds of the large elephant ear leaves and cascading onto the grasses where light went to hide. Moonlight trickled through the tree leaves, bouncing from one bough to another like liquid light. So young, I could barely reach it. One successful turn of the doorknob, and I was out in the backyard to be with my beloved moon, a world away from the chaos that was inside my house. I rested suspended in her silvery web and listened to the night. The beautiful moon is my companion, my friend, that I share with the rest of the world. When I gaze at her opaline face, I know that millions of others are too. We all see ourselves reflected in her, and she reflects us all together. We project our dreams and our fervor onto her mottled surface, and it serves as a mirror for us to understand ourselves. But she is more than a night consort. As a waxing moon from new to full, she is our daytime companion, rising at dawn, and then 50 minutes later each night until when full, when she rises with the sun as the sun sets. The waxing moon is felt more than seen, yet she is there, teaching us to have faith and persist. Make time for the moon. Learn her lunar ways. Live with her lunar phases. Allow her to open up and bring you peace. As Oscar Wilde said, with freedom, books, flowers, and the moon, who could not be happy? We are opening, we are opening, we are opening up to a new sensation, to the luminous love light of the moon. Thanks for listening. Can I take a picture of you? We'd love to take a picture. Thank you. Look at this camera. Okay, there you are. Thank you. Perfect. Appreciate it.
Please rise as you are able and join together in singing our closing hymn today, number 1064, Blue Boat Home, in the Teal Hymnal.
Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mounts and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens and our beautiful blue boat home. Last time, y'all sound really wonderful. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urge me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
Please be seated for our closing words. Departure by Robin F. Gray. As we prepare to depart, we give voice to these hopes. May we know ourselves bound in community even while we are apart. May a passion for justice burn in our lives. May we carry the light of compassion in our hearts and in our every interaction. May we be whole in our devotion to truth and always carry the lamp of peace before us. The chalice is now extinguished, but its light lives on in the minds and hearts and souls of each one of you. Carry that flame with you as you leave this place and share it with those you know, with those you love, and most especially with those you have yet to meet. Now, please stand once more and join me in the congregational closing. Go in peace, seeking justice. Go in peace, committed to equal rights and opportunities for all. Go in the peace that is created when together we build communities of true solidarity, deep compassion, and fierce, unrelenting love. Go in peace. May it be so. Blessed be, and amen.